Hi, it's Glider. We're back in the Glider Cage on Glider Gaming. We're playing some Oxygen Not Included. Missing on Oxygen by a little bit, but we still have algae, so that's good. We don't have a research focus at the moment. Must have found some water. Why are you not letting me... Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see here. Got all this tree. We haven't done any medicine. Some of these things could be nice. Automation would be nice. Let's go ahead and do these, and then we'll come down. Last time, we were insulating this area here, and we were trying to do some carbon skimming, because there's just... What oxygen we do have is not really covering the beds. I guess I could move the beds up. There's nothing wrong with that, but we don't need all of this CO2, so getting rid of it seems fine. So we set up blueprints for some CO2 processing. We're finally harvesting some rust, so we can start figuring out our rust plans. We have vents aplenty to discover, vents / volcanoes. Really, all our dupes need is some time here. We just need time to complete all the blueprints we're giving them. Temperature-wise, wow, how's that so cold? I don't remember doing anything in particular to help chill that area. That water's pretty warm. I don't know. I'm not going to complain when we have nice, cool water. But temperature overall in the base is a little warm. Could be a little cooler. The only place we actually want CO2 is right over here. And these are almost all full with CO2, so we almost have enough room for another set of food storage, even though we're not storing all that much food. Someone just contracted slime lung. Oh, we got an achievement. I looked away when it happened. We already had to have at least one toilet in the colony and a bed for each duplicant. We already had the royal flush, so it must have been red light, green light. Automated building using sensors and switches. Cool. So slime lung is still an issue. So I suppose I will... Oh, it's under furniture. Put a flower pot right here and grow a buddy bud and see if that will assist things. Down here, I'm going to turn on oxyfern seeds again. Just to see if we can get some of these pips to plant a few more oxyferns for us. Oh wow, they're checking along on this project pretty well. Let's double check, make sure I did all the piping right. So we're going to be piping out salt water. It's going to come down here and be desalinated. Then we're going to leave the desalination. And that's going to be clean water. So clean water is going to be combined with clean water from here and go up to the CO2 skimmer. CO2 skimmer is going to send dirty water away to be cleaned. So we could use some automation here to control the flow of this desalinator. But I think what we'll do is we'll just put some water in this system, let it run for a little bit, and then we'll just cut that, and then we'll send a new flow of clean water somewhere else where we want it. Oh yeah, we have that here. So when we're done with this little branch here, when we get the water in there to go, we're going to send clean water up through the base over to here so that we can continue researching. Perfect. All these other things planned out, but they aren't focusing on them, and that's fine. There's a lot of algae down here to be had, but we're honestly, we do need algae. What's the slime lung situation down here? Oh, it's awful. Yeah, just terrible. Up here we even have it. It's supposed to be dying in good oxygen, but it seems to be propagating just fine. So I think what we might do is bring a ladder over here. We might just make a little bit of, just a little bit of an exosuit chamber here. Stations, right? That's what I need. Stations, yeah. So, whoa. What on earth is this? Oh, okay. Just new animation. I'm like, it's never been this big before. I'm so confused. Okay, so we'll throw this right here. And then the suit docks right there. We'll have a third suit right there. We'll have them build this stuff first. That way we'll just cut down on how much slime lung we're receiving as we go through. Yeah, slime lung's a thing this whole way up. We'll eventually need just another Atmos suit dock situation out here too. But we'll try this, see what happens. Joya seeds or blossom seeds. I don't know if we have any blossom seeds, so I'll take those. See if we can cool water enough, we'll grow those and get some really nice quality food. Okay, so we didn't do any power planning out here. Except over here. So let's add it up here. 120 and 480. Nah, we can just go straight up. Alright, so 120 and 480. That's a flat 600. That's 840. So that's 840, 960. So these don't run continuously, so we'll be okay. But this will be a full system, so we'll need a full breaker just for this one spot. So I think we'll build a new one just right here. And we'll run it around a little easier. Just run it. Oh, there's your dirt for the morning. None of that was necessary at all. So we can't cut those, and then we just need to connect over here with a little bridge. Need some heavy watt to run right here. And we'll need a transformer right there. And connect it into the transformer. Okay, somebody can't reach food, which means they're trapped. Okay. So, Stinky got trapped there somehow. To get Stinky out, we have to have this mined as an emergency, or Stinky will perish. I'm not sure how Stinky got there. He must have dug out this block right here that was soft and then got stuck there. Okay, no one is coming to help. This is supposed to override other things. So, skills. Who are our diggers? Otto. We need to find Otto. So we'll go into the food menu, find Otto, tell Otto to move. Oh, Otto is coming. Okay, Otto is running. That's good. So this is the proper use for this. It tells dupes to stop whatever they wanted to do and go do this one thing. Alright. We saved him and it automatically shut off. So that's good. So as far as oxygen goes, we're going to need some oxygen to go into these devices. So we'll split it evenly 3 ways. And we should probably take the oxygen from a part of the base that has clean oxygen. I don't know that it matters if you put slime lung polluted oxygen in there, but it's probably best if we don't. So we'll bring it from all the way up here. We'll snag a gas pump. And we'll power it off of this system right here. With a little bit more derp to keep you happy. That's going to send oxygen into these to be used. All this being said, it's completely useless unless we have suits to put in there, which means we're going to have to build something for the suits to be built in. So, I think we'll dig this up. We'll just build our suits right here. It won't run very often, so it won't be a big deal. So, an exosuit forge. Okay. If I place it right here, then we need the power cord to go right there. So we'll just bring this around, put it in the floor, and up right there. We should have enough materials to make a couple of exosuits. Right, everything in this area is reachable, so that's great. Growing, growing. These are all still growing. We have tons of thimble reeds around here. Oh, I was like wondering why things were happening so slow. Somehow we got back on speed 1. Everyone's healed up. I'm very tempted to have them head over there and go in and finish that. I'm going to find the disinfect stuff. Ah, that's right. You have to manually disable disinfect. So, disabling disinfect just means that you won't have to waste duplicate labor disinfecting things. Surface slime lung is irrelevant, so I don't need to disinfect that. So in here we have no buddy bud spores, probably because we already had slime lung. And I guess neither one overrides the other. Last cycle we were only off by 11 kilograms of oxygen, so that's fine. All in all, we're just about out of the survival phase. Food is climbing, and as soon as we finish collecting rust and set up a system, oxygen will be fine, so we can start exploring and advancing. So I think we're going to do our CO2 or our oxygen generation somewhere out here and pump it into the base. That's my thought. Just exactly where and how, I'm not sure. Could do it up here. Yeah, I think we'll do it up here. Let them dig that out, and then we'll dig down another 4 layers, and that should give us enough room to figure things out. In fact, I have a couple ideas. I've not seen any other YouTubers effectively use Wheezeworts since the update because of the fact that Wheezeworts now require fertilization, but I bet we could. So, I want to see if we can figure out Wheezeworts. I'm still going to use... I guess we can't use a flower pot anymore because you have to cultivate them. Probably have to use a planter box or a farm tile. I'll use a planter box. Put one here, one here, one here. And then we're going to insulate around that. We're going to use airflow tiles like so. And we're going to leave this ladder here so they can get up here. I'm not sure exactly how far down the ladder has to go, so I'm just kind of overbuilding the ladder. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an electrolyzer to fill this room with hydrogen, since hydrogen is a good cooling agent. Oh, and we haven't even researched the gas vents we need, so I guess we're going to switch our research real quick. Oh, we are researching it. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to research right now. What we're going to do is we're going to let an electrolyzer which creates hydrogen and oxygen sit right here. And just create oxygen and hydrogen until this room is full and it becomes overpressure. So I don't know if it will go over pressure because we're going to be leaving it open, so we might have to use some automation. But basically we're going to do this. It's going to fill up this room with hydrogen. We're going to cool that hydrogen, and then we're going to run pipes through that will ultimately will be cooling the oxygen going in the base like this. And I think it'll all work out pretty great. Just so long as we have the fertilizer we need, which usually comes from a caustic biome, which I thought we discovered last session. This, by the way, you can access by hitting Alt-S. It allows you to zoom out beyond the normal, but you can't, interact with the user interface. So yeah, up here, all of this stuff here is phosphorite, and I'm pretty sure that's what we need to fertilize those guys with. So this is not going to be the oxygen room. This is going to be the oxygen cooling setup, and then the oxygen room will be over here. And we're going to need automated shipping for this, which requires refined metal that it says we don't have, but we should have plenty of refined metal. Did we use all the refined metal already? That's crazy. We have 0 kilograms. I guess we have. I thought this thing was going off a lot more frequently, but I guess not. 46 seconds every 720 seconds. That's honestly not a lot of eruption periods. So yeah, we really don't have a lot of free refined metal like I thought we did. In fact, there's not even enough copper to build these. So what happened to the copper we did get? I'm confused. Because that thing was erupting. I saw it. So what did we make out of the copper? There's some overlay that can help with this. I want to see not all, but metal. This is all aluminum. It's aluminum ore. Gold amalgam. Oh, here we go. So just this little bit of stuff here ate up all of our refined copper. That's crazy. Oh, it says we do have copper. They're saying they can't reach it. Maybe they can't hold their breath that long. So we'll have to make a little bit of copper so that we can make them some more atmosuit chambers so they can reach that again. Sandstone? Better than nothing, I guess. So I guess what we need to do first is complete this system. We need this system going so that we can get water, so that we can do research, so that we can make oxygen and cool the oxygen. Okay. Got a bunch of stuff set to priority 7. Cancel this deconstruction. Get that done. Then I'll put a floor back in here. I don't need any of that there. Oh, stop. Whatever they destroyed was not the ladder that I wanted them to. So what did I mess up? It wasn't a pipe. It was an electricity. Okay, so how many oxyfern seeds do we have? We have 5. So that's good. We'll stop storing oxyfern seeds. Hopefully those pips will come by and plant them and give us just a little bit more CO2 clearing power. And everything down here is all set except power-wise. Yep, she's trapped. She can't get out. So I guess we need to put this one on super priority. Someone needs to come build this block so people can get in and out again. There we go. So we don't have enough material, but we've got it programmed. So once we have some more refined copper, we can get this stuff going. Look at that. That heat is ridiculous. Why is that so hot? Just coming off this copper volcano? Reasonable, I suppose. That's reasonable. Missed just a little bit of sub-priority 7 over here. I'm going to set these back to 5. We don't need those chunks mined out so fast. We just needed the power infrastructure built. That needs refined copper too. Goodness. Okay, we still have one person with slime lung, only one person with any stress, so we're doing well on that front. Not good, that's set to 7. Okay. Oh, look at that. We're moving some... Oh, we got power now. Perfect. Everything's done for this system. So we're going to start cleaning water. Pardon me. And removing CO2. Excellent. It'd be good to get some oxygenation back to some of these important parts of the base. She is... Oh, look at that. That was so nice of them. I don't know if you caught that, but in previous updates, she would have just built her head into that block the way she was standing. It was very nice of them to allow her to not build her head into that block. Okay, so the water's about full up. So I think what I'll do is I'll deconstruct the bridge. And I'll connect the pipe this way. There's no outlet for this pipe, so it's not going to ship any water this way yet. But by breaking the bridge, this stuff will have nowhere to send water to. Then I can empty these pipes a bit before I destroy them. Actually, what I can probably do is just disable this building for a minute. And then we can empty the pipe. But they need to deactivate it first, otherwise it'll just keep filling faster than I can empty it. Okay, it's shut off now. Now we can empty the pipe. Oh, we don't need to empty the pipe. We can just deconstruct it now. We don't have to deconstruct this bridge either. Suppose we don't actually have to do this right here anymore. Maybe I will later, but I just did that so that they wouldn't get exposed to slime lung. If we get more copper, we really need it to be over here so that we can get even more copper. So we've kind of locked ourselves out of that. So probably have to end up turning that off. And we'll probably build it right in here. What we'll need is the rock crusher. It's not hyper efficient, but it will get a job done. Let's put it right there. We'll use it for just a little bit. Just to get things so that we can build them over here. Okay, plumbing wise, we can get rid of more of these pipes. And we can enable this building again. Now this is just a closed system. It's just going to use dirty water, clean it, use clean water, make it dirty water, and we'll just keep recycling that water over and over again. The water, I think, is just going to get hotter and hotter, though, unfortunately. And pumping out 63-degree water to our base isn't great either. There, all those pipes are scheduled for destruction. We're down to 800 algae, so we definitely need to get some priority on digging up algae. Probably need this done quickly. Okay, the CO2 is starting to clear up. You can see that it's just a few grams down here now, rather than the thousands of grams. So we kind of need to open up some space to allow better airflow. And the temperatures aren't so different here, so we can actually put this door to open so some of it spills out from here. We can put another airflow tile here and here to allow for that. Hadn't really thought about that until I just saw how light the CO2 was. Got another achievement. Turn the century. Oh, reach cycle 100 with one duplicant. Hooray, we hit cycle 100, guys. Good for us. We could build this ladder up a little higher too. Oops. Dig this stuff out. That would allow us to put in some more airflow tiles. Okay, now I've got hundreds of grams, so the plan is working a bit. With enough time, all this stuff will start emptying. I also want to get this plan going over here too. I'd like to have some CO2 destruction on this side to create a little bit of balance. So we need a skimmer there. Need to move clean water like so. And polluted water back a similar route. This could potentially make our mushrooms too hot, so I'm going to run the polluted water a little higher. Wow, okay. Normally I blame the derp on me, but that lag, like, I didn't see my mouse cursor move at all in that direction. Might have to introduce some more clean water into this system, just because of how far the clean water has to go, but we can cross that bridge when we come to it. It's not a big deal. Mainly we just don't destroy these yet. To get these ladders up a little higher in priority so that this water will drain, just make it a little easier on them. And we do have the ability to get to both sides, so I can add all of this layer to be stripped. In fact, we can go up to 4 high, and they'll be able to reach. Make all of this layers level 6. Now they just won't get soaking wet quite so much and have slightly easier time getting around. If I were to have programmed all these digs, what would have happened is they would have dug the closest ones, and then they never would have got to the others. And some of it was algae, so I wanted the algae to fall to a place where it could be recovered. But we're actually going to do that here again. We're going to strand some of this, so we're going to need a few tiles to allow them to reach. Oh, they've completed research. That's awesome. And a new printable. Oh, okay. Fried mushroom is a nicer dish than the raw mushroom they're currently eating. Alright, so that lets us get back to this little project here. So we're going to put gas pipes through this system, because it's going to be nice and chilly. And then they're going to go into insulated pipes and come down. Yeah, I guess we'll just stop right there, because I don't want them to waste any actual time building this stuff. In fact, we don't actually need this, because of all this hydrogen that's already here, we don't actually need this electrolyzer. So we can cancel that. All we have to do is just tell them to break these tiles. And this will filter in over here with slime lung. Lovely. And there are, roughly 1,000 grams of tile. It'll spread out a little bit, but at about 1,000 grams of tile, that's plenty of a very good heat exchange element. We need those scaffolding so they can actually reach the ceiling. The ceiling is 5 high, so they can't quite reach it. Why is there no power for this stuff here? What did we do? Somehow we let our power system get completely drained. That must be because we're putting more of a draw on the system than we can create. So we're going to have to look into that. But that's what we have this here for. We'll enable this and give it another kickstart. We're completely out of ethanol, so we need to make more ethanol. We're also going to need, let's not, just in case they build this stuff. Oops, nope, this is the one I don't want. Just in case they build this stuff, I don't want to waste the water, clean water, spreading it out all the way over here. But I will program the power cord and do a similar thing. We won't connect it, but I just want it ran. Oh, they're not going to be able to build that there. Shoot. It's okay. We'll get it figured out. They can't build through these other tiles too deep. We're going to have to send them in here to actually build that. So that'll be a post. I guess I don't need there. It'll be a post refined metal situation where we get those exosuits, because they're not going in here without exosuits. It's just too hot. Okay, so we've got power again. Little bits. So if we want to have a long-term oxygen system, we definitely need to figure out a better power grid. So this thing here. Let's see here. What's the energy it can create? I mean, it can create 2, but it's not. Maybe we should just go to the power overlay here. So this generator, at peak, can take 2,000 grams a second. If it had 2,000 grams a second, then we would get 2 kilowatts consistently. We're not giving it that much. Currently, this refinery can give out 500 grams per second times 2. We're giving it 1,000 grams a second, so we can produce 1 kilowatt. Well, this one right here is taking 1 kilowatt. And we have that one like, or this one right here is taking 1 kilowatt. And we have it like completely loaded out. So we need more. So, how much, in a perfect system, when we have everything we need, which, you know, we don't have to make this a closed loop. We could be using that polluted water to go fertilize those. We have the system to create the clean water consistently. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to break that pipe. We're going to construct this pipe again, and this pipe again. And we're going to consistently pump clean water into that system. We're going to disable this. And we're going to deconstruct this. And we are just going to route this polluted water straight up our base. Right to here. Break that tile. And build a liquid bridge so that we don't confuse directionality and we can combine the stacks. Okay, so one of these trees has an 18 cycle for life. I think we'd be better off seeing the pedia here. Okay, it creates 300 kilograms of lumber every 4.5 cycles. So every cycle, it's not creating 100 kilograms, it's creating less. Every 1.5 cycles, it creates 300 kilograms. This sucker needs 500 grams a second. So it goes through 8 kilogram pretty quick, but it takes a while to go through 100 kilograms. 100 seconds. 10 seconds is 5 kilograms. So times that by 20. So 200 seconds. Yeah, I really need a spreadsheet for this. The conversions are getting to me. I'm not sure if we have enough trees to support any more ethanol distillers. I mean, they have plenty of lumber. 400 lumber. It doesn't really say, like, what that 400 is. Waiting delivery. Yep. I'll have to do some maths later. Off the video, and so I can actually figure out exactly how many trees we need per distiller to keep it running at full blast, so we can plant enough trees to run 4 of them to get the 2 kilowatts. But we are currently feeding a consistent amount of power into that, or fluid into that to create power, so that's better than we were a second ago. Turning that off will help. Okay, we have a blocked pipe because it has no outlet. So we need to prioritize this line of piping. Got another achievement. It's not raw. Oh, they eat a meal that was prepared. Well, they didn't technically. We printed a meal that was probably prepared that way, but we didn't actually prepare it. So that's a bit of a cheaty achievement. Yeah, this CO2 is getting to be a real problem. getting all the way up here. We really need to destroy the CO2 consistently. Get some more research done. No research is focused. Okay. Okay, we'll do plastic and glass. We're boiling more salt water to turn it into steam to condense back into water. Looks like they're prioritizing some farming and things right now. I'm debating whether or not I should turn off research for the moment so that we can focus on the building here, because nobody's actually building this. Put it at 7. If I knock it up to 8, everyone should get on that, I suppose. Yep, there they go. Oh, we lost our pipe bridge. Oh, we wanted to lose that pipe bridge. It's okay. Yep, CO2 might be the undoing of us in this base. Normally it's not a problem for me, but this thing being here, kind of splitting my base in two sides, allowing CO2 to pile up, it has been an issue. We really need to get enough power to run these CO2 scrubbers. Take care of this. These things can have a body temperature of 40. So if you're wondering why I'm not using those oxyferns, the water going in at 53 kilograms will stifle them. We'd have to cool that water, which we don't have a reliable way to do right now. Okay, I guess we'll take some Joya seeds. Look at that. The CO2 is even overflowing on the oxygen diffuser right now. It's kind of crazy. Okay, just a few pieces of pipe to finish to get the CO2 scrubber running again. And then I guess we can turn on the other one too. Nope, we can't because we can't get in there. And we can if we divert it up into the mushrooms. So we need this one to go this way, this one to go this way. And then this doesn't have to go all the way around. Just break that right there. We'll break the one right above it. Cancel. Let's get another liquid bridge right here. Tie that in. And we'll cancel the power the way we routed it. Oops, didn't mean to get that. Okay. I think we're going to have to run 2 of these for sure, just because of sheer volume. Once we have the volume run down a bit, we won't need quite so much. Okay. That's going to give us a much more consistent flow of polluted water. Okay. Looks like we can deactivate this again because this one isn't even running. So we sure don't need that one running. Oops, somehow we accidentally spilled a little bit of polluted water there. Oh, right, because we deconstructed one of those. Okay. Feel a lot better. We're not sending water up for research anymore, which is fine. I'm fine with our level of research at the moment. We We have to take care of the CO2 issue ASAP. Suppose we could shut this door again. It does not need to be open, and it being open just means that we're not taking care of the base. CO2 is a priority, so that's going to be fine. I am going to do this as a matter of priority, because I do feel that we need the airflow to be allowing the CO2 to drop down easily. And we're just going to have to get this system going too. It's not like we aren't compressing the CO2. Like, 1,400 grams of CO2 is a lot. We are compressing the heck out of that. 1,400 grams of oxygen. I'm kind of surprised we aren't popping eardrums or something. Unfortunately, the little wart friend or pip friends aren't planting any more of these seeds to help us take care of that issue. We have algae for the moment. We got really low, but we got back up to a comfortable amount. Can't imagine they're getting good sleep having to... Oh yeah, they all have popped eardrums. So, there's just way too much pressure of CO2 in this base right now. Oxygen was only short by about 10 kilograms again. 15 kilograms, so that's manageable. Okay, I'm going to drop these guys down to priority 6 so we can get more of the CO2 issues addressed. And these don't need to be 8, these can be 6. Okay, this guy's now keeping it below 600 grams. So we just need the gases to flow and expand. Might even need a third one over here to address all the CO2 that's coming out from over here. Or perhaps we just put it right inside of here. It'd be easier to run the pipes over to this side though. Does create heat though, so that is something to be mindful of. Okay. We'll want to connect this. Much more consistent flow of polluted water now. It's even backing up a little bit, so that's cool. But it is heating up this area. Their happy temperature is only at 40 degrees, so this will be a bit of a test here. 60-degree water. Yeesh. Yeah, with the amount of carbon dioxide we have floating in this base, we wouldn't even be able to pump oxygen into this base because our basic vents can only handle a gas pressure of, 2,000 grams. Okay. So they're probably popping their eardrums by coming in here where there's just insane amounts of pressure. We should probably just put one of those machines in here too. Well, I think we'll call this one right here, guys. Thanks for joining us on Oxygen Not Included on the Glider Gaming network today. Please give us a like, comment, subscribe. Commenters can ask to have a dupe named after them. Let me know what profession you're interested in, and if nobody else has chosen that one, we'll get you a named duplicate. Thanks for joining us, and have a good day. Bye-bye.